Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our discussion today. We'll be discussing power of attorney in today's session. As you are aware, it's a very important legal tool that many people don't fully understand what it is until they really need it. What I mean is by that is many of us have heard this term, but not everyone fully understand what it actually means and why it is so important. Let's welcome our guest today, Mr. Khandakar Omar Farooq, solicitor and barrister, as well as director of Avista Solicitors, to discuss about it. Welcome, Mr. Farooq. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Joydev, for inviting me. Thank you.
So I'll go straight to the point. My first question to you, what exactly is a power of attorney?
Well, as you already mentioned that um, we have heard the term power of attorney, but in the UK context, a power of attorney is a legal document that allows you to appoint someone to act on your behalf if you are unable to act. So it's a legal document.
Thank you. Thank you for explaining it to us. And is there only one type of power of attorney or there are more?
No, there are two kinds of power of attorney. Commonly, we call it power of attorney regarding health and wealth. So it's basically one is regarding your finance, which is your asset, your property, and the other one is regarding your health and welfare, which also deals with regarding your care, where you're gonna live after you lose your capacity, all those stuff.
Mhm. Okay, that's very clear to be fair. So there are two types of power of attorney one can make. I mean, do they need to make it separately?
Yes, these are two separate, unfortunately. Um, but the thing is that you don't have to give power straight away. You can, it's your wishes. So if you say, once I lose the capacity, so
Okay.
you can also say that this power of attorney will be for this period of time. You can also say this power of attorney will start from this time. So it's not like once you give the power, it's not irrevocable, it's revocable. So you can
Mm-hmm.
amend, you can change. So these are the things.
Okay, that's very helpful. So who should think about setting up a power of attorney?
Anyone with the who is over 18, in the UK, you see people coming to us on a daily basis that the person who has got assets or he got mental incapacity to take decision on his or on her own, and now they are stuck. So
Mm-hmm.
our advice is to go to court of protection. And going to court of protection is very costly, time consuming, and very stressful. That's why we advise anyone over the age of 18 because life has no guarantee. I have mentioned it in the previous episode as well. I think when we are dealing with that will. Life here
Mm-hmm.
has, that can be an accident and you lose your capacity to decide what is best for you. And you don't have any power of attorney, your loved one will have to go through a lot of hassle and hurdles. So that's why anyone with the over the age of 18, they should definitely have a will and a power of attorney.
All right, great. You have told us that there are two types of power of attorney. One is property and finance, another is health and welfare. I mean, do both of them necessarily takes effect as soon as they are made, or there is any particular time frame when they will take effect?
Well, I think I have already mentioned, it depends on your wishes. You can say this power of attorney will be effective once I lose capacity. Or
Mm-hmm.
you can say from this date, or you can say for a specific period. So it depends completely on your wishes or instructions. What do you want to do?
Uh, is it both for health and welfare as well?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
But
So,
obviously, once you lose your capacity,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can't do nothing. Mm.
All right. So the health and welfare, especially this one, comes into effect when you lose capacity, when someone lose capacity. So yeah,
Yes.
so that's one very important point someone should be aware of when they're making it. So my next question to you will be, whom should I appoint as a attorney in those
Well,
powers?
first of all, you can appoint up to 4 attorneys in one power of attorney.
Hmm.
It could be your spouse, your family, your friend, all also your legal representative. A solicitor can be appointed as a power of attorney. It's not a problem.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so there's a flexibility, it's not a problem. Mm.
All right.
But
Does it
you
need to?
always have to, sorry, you have
Sorry.
to
No, sorry.
appoint
Go on,
someone
go
who
on.
you can trust.
All right.
It
All
comes
right.
with lots of responsibility and duties. So
So it's very important to find someone who is going to be the attorney. I mean, someone whom you can trust. So absolutely, that's very important point.
generally you appoint your spouse or your children. But what happens? Both of them are very old,
Hmm.
and there is likelihood that if you make your spouse attorney, he's gonna lose the capacity very soon, or she is gonna lose the capacity. So what do you do? You make a family member. If you don't have a family member, what do you do? You make your friend who you can trust. If you
Hmm.
don't have a friend, what do you do? You should make someone like a solicitor, power of attorney.
Yeah.
Obviously, it will involve some cost, but when you don't have anyone, then what do you do?
Yeah, that's a very good idea and very good clarification as well. So, does a power of attorney need to be registered always or something like
Absolutely.
that?
Yeah, it's got to be registered with the Office of the Public Guardian.
Hmm.
Unless it is registered, it's not effective. Mm. Say, for example,
And yeah.
your parents are elderly, both of them lose capacity, and they have got money in the bank and they got assets. Now, you call the bank, they don't listen to you without power
Hmm.
of attorney. You want to change the title of the property, you have to go through probate and stuff. If you have a power of attorney, it will be smooth, less
All
expensive.
right.
Hmm.
All right. Great. So, what about the cost? How much does it actually
At
cost
the
for
moment,
registering?
they charge, I think, per person 82 pound for registration. But again, if you are low income or retired, if you don't have any disposable income, then there could be reduced fee.
Hmm.
But normally, solicitor charge from 250 to 1,000 pound. Um, Avista solicitor charges a fixed fee, which start from instructions, drafting, taking your whole instruction and registering with the Office of the Public Guardian. Avista solicitor at the moment charges like a fixed fee of 300 pound plus VAT. Mm.
Okay. So there is registration fee and then the legal
Yes,
professional
yes,
fee.
yes, yes,
All right.
yes. We
Thank you.
charge very
Thank you
modest,
for,
very modest. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for clarifying that. I mean, my next and last question to you will be whether someone can make changes after setting up a power of attorney. Is it possible?
Anytime until they lose this capacity.
Okay. Do they need to revoke that one or they can just amend?
It will be automatically revoked
Hmm.
because when we have the new power of attorney, um, we can mention that all previous power of attorney are hereby revoked, and then we register the new one. So it's fine. Mm.
Okay. Sorry. My last question is to be fair, it's the last. What type of mistake a client can make if they want to submit those power of attorneys by themselves without legal advice?
Well, there is no harm in submitting power of attorney by themselves, but the problem is it's quite fiddly, the application forms, and
Hmm.
also you need independent witness. Um, and it's like I believe it's 24 or 21 pages form, online form. It's very likely to make mistake, and once you send, it will be delayed. Normally, it used to be 24 weeks. Now I think they have reduced it to 14 weeks.
Hmm.
But still, if you send it the wrong, they will send it back and forth. So it's Just to make the power of attorney is quite stressful for the clients. So
Okay.
there is no harm, but it's advisable to get it done by a professional.
All right. Thank you. I think we have covered all our questions today. So, as we have seen today, having a power of attorney isn't just about paperwork. It's really about planning ahead and protecting yourself as well as your loved ones. I mean,
Um,
like,
yeah,
yeah, go on.
before you draw conclusion to this topic, just one thing I just wanted to make sure people know about
Hmm.
this. Okay,
Sure.
you have parents, those are elderly, and they have a property or money in the bank now. Um, one of the parent loses capacity and they don't have a power of attorney. Now, the NHS, they will take decision on her behalf. They will decide where they're gonna put her. And if
Hmm.
they want to put her in a house like care home, and you know where the money is coming from? The money is coming from by selling your parents' house. But you don't have any choice. If you have a power of attorney, you have a choice. You decide where your mother or father is going or whether they're staying in the house. No power of attorney, the government will decide where they stay. You see? So this is very
Yeah.
important. I
Yeah.
suggest, especially our community, as I mentioned it before, they probably maybe I don't know, they just maybe a cultural issue. They ignore this sort of stuff like will and power of attorney. Anybody in the UK, they should have this in place. That will make their
Hmm.
loved one's life easier and less stressful, less expensive. So that's my message to, especially to our community members.
Thank you very much, Mr. Farooq. And as you have mentioned, the consequence is really, really grave. So yes, everyone should be thinking about whether they should make a power of attorney. But as always, we always advise that if you ever want to make one, you should receive a proper legal advice before you make so, and if necessary, instruct a proper legal person to make one. Once again, thank you for joining us today, and thank you, Mr. Farooq, for your time as well.
Thank you so
Uh,
much. Thank you. Thank you
st-
also, your viewers. Thank you so much for watching our program.
yeah. Stay informed, stay prepared, and until next time, take care and have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very